A typical day off coupon. Nothing really to grab the attention yesterday at all. 2.45, 2.7 the favourite, making these two very, very tough to read. And this, of course, rather inevitable, making those odds absolutely huge value. Wow. If I had a wheelbarrow, I would sort that out. Don't forget this stage of the season. Tennis. How did I do yesterday? Just with a little dip in. I didn't get involved in too many of them yesterday because there was a few too obvious ones. This, for example, a trade I missed. No, I got involved with this one. Let's take a look. Varinka and Tabilo. £40 stakes used here, similar to the football. So that's a one-to-one risk reward there. So let's have a look at how this one came about. You'll notice the entry point, won't you? It's similar to the underdog scoring the first goal. Stan Wawrinka, exceptional 6-1. I'm putting that down to nerves for Tabilo, 1.67. I always check the rankings as well. 32nd in the world, might have something to him. 163rd could be down to recent injury or just Stan's picking up additional bonuses for his retirement fund. So that was an interesting, simple play. Gael Monfils, possibly. He was liable if leading. Frenchman in France, this is something you're going to be aware of. Nationals, particularly the Grand Slams. So no real surprise to see a Frenchman like Gael Monfils just getting a little bit of bonus from the crowd. No play for me. Boy and Musetti. Well, this is an obvious entry point, isn't it? 1.2, the favourite. Why on earth was Boy, for me, really short odds for the 2-0 up here, which I laid just as he was about to win the first set. 5-2, I tend to get involved just in case we get a Musetti comeback. It was a hard-fought match for Musetti, but he did get that second set win, and that's when I got out. So the odds proved correct. Just a little bit of trouble with the first set. Really good performance from Bai. So keep an eye out on him. And the other one, Davidic Fokina against Shelton. Again, it's rather obvious. Got a 1.62 home favourite. Losing in a tiebreaker. That's what I like to see. I wasn't expecting it to be this comfortable. But hey, I'll take the green. That's for sure. That's another simple profit. So if we look to the right, I backed him at 2.4. No, backed him at 3.3 as well as 2.4. So I got in a little bit too early. At 2.5, I think it was. And his odds did go up a lot further. So at 3.3, I decided to put in a little bit extra. And that reduces the averaging. Leicester and Newcastle, I just did a play in the half-time market for that, not a trade. Just a play. On to today and the Champions League. Well, let's look at the football first, and then we can look at the tennis afterwards. Arsenal and Real Madrid, you can see now why some of these sides had struggles at the weekend. The Ars in particular. Absolutely no angles from me whatsoever. I'm afraid. High stakes. It's a derby-style match. Just can't unpack this. I think the odds-on is far too short for Bayern Munich under Vincent Kompany against this solid unit Inter Milan. I think those odds are ridiculous. But we will see. We do have today, fleshed out by the English Championship in English League 1, English League 2. So I'm likely to be up and about for that. If it was just the Champions League, I wouldn't be making the effort this evening. First port of call for me personally in these shorter leagues, lower leagues, is just a quick look at the odds on favourites. So we'll do that for English League 1, English League 2. It's interesting, for me at least, to know who the market fancies in these leagues. I don't know enough about the teams week in, week out. I don't follow them week in, week out. I tend to follow them now, though. My initial port of call, the standings, just to get some motivating factors for this evening. Burnley are playing Derby, and Derby, with that loss recently, put all their hard work has been for naught. All those 4 consecutive wins have left them still on the same points as third bottom and only 2 points away from second bottom. They were nice and comfortable up in 44 before that loss. So they've got a tough encounter against Burnley today. This is a Burnley who will stay top with a win this evening. The Blades, I think they played recently against Oxford United. We did play that one with insurance. So that opens the door up for Leeds United, but 3 consecutive draws. I think they've played recently as well. That draw against Luton, disappointing. 75 for Sunderland, need to break into the 80 points. Middlesbrough and Bristol City have got Coventry to worry about, West Brom to worry about, Millwall and Watford. There's only really 2 playoff places remaining, realistically, 5th and 6th. At the bottom, it's all alive for all of the bottom 3. A win will take Plymouth to 40 points. 40 is the key to success. Luton, disappointing draw to Leeds, but they'll take a point because that's helped nudge them towards the 41-point barrier. So that makes that Derby County match vitally important this evening. It's one of those you'd absolutely stand out, wouldn't it? So much to play for. Rather dismissive odds, given Burnley have been doing a couple of 1-0s recently. I think Derby County have been very, very good defensively. So we might see a 0-0 for a concerted period of time. And then one of these 2 will have to make the effort, get the 3 points. English League 1. Let's have a look at the standings in English League 1. Birmingham clear, unlikely to be caught. Their squabble, Birmingham, is with Wycombe to nudge them out of the promotion playoff, automatic promotion places. Wycombe must keep winning to aim for that 80 points and only 1 realistic automatic promotion space remaining. Similar story for Stockport as well and Charlton. While they're on the 70s, they must be aiming for the 80s. Picking up pretty much a number of wins, 5 wins in 6 between Stockport and Charlton in the last 3 matches each. Bolton have got Reading to worry about, Huddersfield to worry about initially. Leyton Orient, if they get a win, to worry about for that 6th place. And at the bottom, there's 4 teams. Shrewsbury are looking increasingly adrift. They must get to 42 just to have a chance of survival. They are down, you would suggest. Cambridge, therefore, Crawley and Burton do require 3 points this evening, if they are playing this evening, to aim at Bristol Rovers and Wigan. Chesterfield and Gillingham, 1.75. The favourite, Chesterfield, where are you? 10th on 58. A win takes them to 61. And with 7 places available for the promotion, it's a must-win territory for the Gills, particularly at home. They're playing Gillingham. Where are they? 18th. They are clear of the relegation zone, which is only 2 teams. So the onus more on Chesterfield to get the win today, because you've got that huge, huge carrot of promotion playoffs. Looking at today's tennis 10 o'clock start, which matches would I focus on initially? Well, it would be the ones with the very strong odds-on favourites. Also, I would bear in mind any French player playing today might overperform, particularly as favourite as well. Get that Monte Carlo fan base behind them. Familiar names, but no standout obvious banker. Stefanos Tsitsipas can put together some really dodgy performances. You don't know. He's, for me, a bit of a Man United. Whenever I back Tsitsipas, he cocks it up. Whenever I avoid him, it's a 2-0 pasting for his opponent. So he's going to have a tough encounter against Thompson from Australia. They're always tough nuts to crack. So I think those odds are laughably short, could even be layable at the off from a trading perspective. Zverev, very well known, world top 10, second in the world against 31st. Do read these previews as well. Might get some ideas about recent performances, any recent injuries, etc. 4-2, 2-1 on clay for Zverev. This is a kind of stat you can go to work with. Not defeated a top 5 player since 2023 United Cup. Hasn't done so on clay since 2019 when he beat Zverev. So he's got a poor record, Berrettini. Could do with him winning the first set. Notably, there's no ladies tennis in Monte Carlo. So that reduced the workload. Looking at the rankings, well, we've got that top 10 there. All you'd have to do really here at Tennis 24, 12th against 43rd, it's like the FIFA World Rankings, you just get a kind of a clue or a cue from that. I hope to see you at 7:45 this evening, Football Trading Profits members. If you're not a member, I'm in a good bit of form at the moment. Click on and sign up for the free trial offer. In time for the tennis, if you're interested in tennis, and the summer leagues, which will be upon us as these European seasons come to an end. There's also the Betfair Trading Made Easy course and Premier League research in your inbox for free. So do sign up. Look forward to seeing you. I will see members from 7:45. I'm not going to be sending you any tennis. I don't think you've got that background. Will you understand what I'm saying if I pass it on? It's more of a hobby, this, for me as well, this tennis. I don't know enough about it compared to the football. I couldn't tell you 100% that Dimitrov's going to win today. I don't know what he's been doing recently, etc. 58th against 18th. He is consistently in the top 20. Physically drained and struggling to complete matches. Raised serious concerns about his rankings. Top 16 Indian Wells. Semi-finals in Miami. So he has had some recent issues, but we don't know whether he's got over them or not. Hasn't been the same player since the end of 2024 clay swing with ear issues. So Nicolas Jarry has had some concerns with his ear, and he has some confidence issues. So this would be a good match. If you just read these profiles, it will do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. But if you are interested in going a bit more in depth, likes of matchstat.com is an excellent website for tennis. There's so many of them. Bet Explorer or Tennis Explorer. TennisExplorer.com. Don't forget to put the TENNI at the front of that one, otherwise you'll be going to a completely different type of exploring website. This I like because of the injured players list at the bottom here. So you could have a quick look, see if anyone's playing today, and whether, oh sorry, they're on the injured list, just returning, that's what you're after, the returning players. Any players playing today in Monte Carlo returning from injury? Martinez. So automatic red flag for Martinez against Sonego, coming back off injury. That could be a trading angle in. It's completely different to football, of course, isn't it? Football, we're looking at heavy statistics, but this is one human being against another. So we do have to look at these injury concerns, don't we? Is he coming back a bit too quick? Look at the rankings, very, very tight. Possibilities that Martinez could be vulnerable if he wins the first set. That's the kind of way I would look at my angles. I'll see members of footballtradingprofits.com from 7:45 this evening, and if I do find any more tennis, I'll try to pick these up for you. You can see I used a set betting market, but that's very illiquid. And it is very, very, for me, opinion-based. We do have in-place stats for tennis, but I haven't been able to figure out how to read them yet. And like shots on target, shots off target, and corners, what are the key stats that determine weakness or strength? First serve percentage, perhaps. Second serve could offer an angle as well. 100% break points served. 27 unforced errors. That could see him in a spot of bother, couldn't it, in the first set? So I'm not sure which are the key in-play stats. If you've got any ideas, do get in touch. Have a great day. I'll see members a bit later on. Championship, League One, League Two. It's days like this which will change teams, seasons.